Of Arnold Palmer. This is the home of my friend Arnold Palmer.
I'm a proud soldier in Ari's Army. You see, I've even got an umbrella on my lapel. He was the king of our sport.
He was a friend. He was a friend. And a person that I would pick up the phone.
Arnold Palmer didn't respect everyone. In fact, he was known for being selective about who earned his admiration on the golf course. Most players were just competitors, but 5 golfers stood apart. Palmer looked at them differently. He saw something in them that went beyond talent or wins. These were the players he truly respected, and understanding who made that list tells you everything about what Palmer valued in greatness. Because respect from Arnold Palmer wasn't handed out freely. It was earned through qualities that defined entire eras of golf. Palmer's respect mattered because of who he was. He transformed golf from a country club sport into something millions watched on television. When Palmer cared about something, people noticed. So when he openly admired another golfer, that wasn't casual praise. It was a statement about excellence, about what separated champions from legends, and only 5 players earned that level of recognition from him during his lifetime. The first name on that list might seem obvious, but the story behind it runs deeper than most people realize. Jack Nicklaus was Palmer's greatest rival. Their battles defined golf in the 60s and 70s. Nicklaus won 18 major championships compared to Palmer's 7. The numbers tell one story, but Palmer's response to those numbers tells another. He didn't resent Nicklaus for surpassing him. He embraced it. Palmer openly acknowledged that Nicklaus set the benchmark for championship golf. He saw Nicklaus as the standard every player should measure themselves against. If you're enjoying this look into Palmer's perspective, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment telling us which of these 5 golfers surprises you most. Your engagement helps us bring more golf history content like this. What made Palmer's respect for Nicklaus remarkable was how genuine it remained throughout their rivalry. These weren't just competitors fighting for titles. They developed deep mutual admiration. Biographers noted that Nicklaus himself understood he couldn't have become who he was without Palmer. There was real affection between them. Palmer accepted Nicklaus's consistency and mental toughness as unmatched. He didn't just tolerate Nicklaus's dominance, he celebrated it. That willingness to acknowledge another player's superiority showed Palmer's character. It also revealed what he valued most: consistency. Mental strength, the ability to perform when championships were on the line. Nicklaus embodied all of that. The second golfer Palmer admired came from an earlier generation. Sam Snead represented something different from Nicklaus. Where Nicklaus brought mental toughness and consistency, Snead brought natural artistry. Palmer deeply respected Snead's swing. It was smooth, fluid, almost effortless. The kind of swing that looked perfect in motion. Snead's mechanics became legendary in golf circles, but Palmer's respect went beyond just appreciating beautiful technique. Snead won 82 PGA Tour events. That record still stands today. Palmer ranked Snead among only 4 players who surpassed his own 62 victories. That's remarkable when you consider how many great players have competed in golf history. Snead's success spanned decades. He remained competitive long after most players retired. That longevity impressed Palmer. It showed dedication. It showed love for the game. Palmer saw in Snead a model of golfing excellence that transcended any single period. Snead's pure ball striking became something Palmer openly praised. Few players could match that level of natural ability combined with such incredible career longevity. Snead defined an era that Palmer admired, and Palmer made sure people knew where Snead ranked in golf's hierarchy, among the very best who ever played. The third golfer Palmer respected presented a stark contrast to Snead's natural grace. Ben Hogan was all business. Where Snead made golf look effortless, Hogan made it look like work, deliberate work, precise work, kind of work that demanded perfection. Palmer greatly admired Hogan's discipline and work ethic. Their relationship wasn't warm. Hogan could be aloof, distant, even cold toward other players. Palmer felt that distance personally at times. Yet Palmer never let personal feelings diminish his respect for Hogan's abilities. He admired Hogan as much for his approach as his results. Hogan represented technical excellence. He represented relentless preparation. Every shot was calculated. Every practice session had purpose. Hogan didn't rely on natural talent alone. He built his game through sheer determination and obsessive attention to detail. Palmer may have wished for a closer relationship with Hogan, but he understood what Hogan represented to golf, a standard of preparation and precision that few could match. Palmer viewed Hogan as a role model despite their personal distance. That says something important about Palmer's values. He could separate personal warmth from professional respect. He could acknowledge greatness even when it came packaged in a personality different from his own. Hogan's unmatched ball striking and dedication made him one of Palmer's golfing heroes. The fourth golfer Palmer respected was actually a close peer and rival. Gary Player competed alongside Palmer and Nicklaus during golf's golden age. The three became known as the Big Three. They defined an era together. Player brought something unique to that trio: extraordinary fitness, relentless professionalism, a global perspective that expanded golf's reach. Palmer witnessed Player's training regimen up close. It was tireless. Player earned the nickname Mr. Fitness for good reason. Palmer respected Player's approach to maximizing every possible competitive edge. Player didn't just practice golf, he treated his body like an athlete in any other sport. He lifted weights, he watched his diet carefully. He understood that physical conditioning could extend a career and improve performance. That dedication caught Palmer's attention. It showed a modern understanding of what it took to compete at the highest level. Player also brought a globe-trotting competitiveness that Palmer admired. Player didn't just dominate in America, he won tournaments worldwide. He adapted to different courses and conditions. That versatility impressed Palmer. Palmer saw in Player's drive and athleticism the traits of a modern champion. Someone who understood that excellence required constant evolution and dedication, beyond just hitting golf balls. The fifth and final golfer Palmer respected represented the future of the game. Tiger Woods arrived on the professional scene long after Palmer's competitive prime had passed, but Palmer recognized something special immediately. He called Woods the most dominant and most skilled player we've ever seen. Coming from Palmer, that statement carried enormous weight. He was a man who had competed against Nicklaus, Snead, Hogan, and Player. He'd seen greatness up close across multiple generations, and he put Woods above them all in terms of dominance and skill. Palmer recognized that Woods brought more than just talent. He brought intensity, competitive fire that elevated every tournament he entered. Woods' 15 major championships placed him second only to Nicklaus in that category. But Palmer saw beyond the numbers. He understood Woods' broader impact on golf. Woods brought unprecedented attention to the sport. He attracted younger fans, made golf exciting for people who'd never watched before. Palmer frequently praised Woods' role in raising golf's profile and expectations. Woods became one of the handful of players to surpass Palmer's career win total. That put him in rare company alongside Snead, Nicklaus, and Hogan. But Palmer didn't view that as a threat to his legacy. He viewed it as validation that golf was moving forward. Palmer saw Woods as a successor who, like himself, would raise the bar for what champions could achieve. Looking at these five golfers together reveals what Palmer truly valued: consistency and mental toughness from Nicklaus, natural ability and longevity from Snead, technical excellence and preparation from Hogan, fitness and global competitiveness from Player, dominance and impact from Woods. These weren't just the best golfers Palmer knew. They represented different paths to excellence. Palmer's respect wasn't based on a single formula. He didn't demand that everyone play like him or approach the game his way. He recognized that excellence could take many forms. Nicklaus won through mental strength. Snead won through natural grace. Hogan won through obsessive preparation. Player won through physical conditioning. Woods won through complete dominance. All different, all worthy of respect. That openness defined Palmer's perspective on greatness. He understood that golf rewarded different skills and approaches. He appreciated players who maximized their unique strengths rather than trying to copy someone else's game. Each of these five golfers brought something distinct to the sport, and Palmer celebrated those differences. The standards Palmer set through his respect also tell us about his own values. He cared about consistency over flash, mental toughness over physical gifts alone, preparation over luck, fitness and professionalism over casual talent, impact on the sport over personal glory. These were the qualities he looked for in others because they were the qualities he tried to embody himself. Palmer's career wasn't just about his 7 major championships or his 62 tour victories. It was about how he changed golf's relationship with the public. He made the game accessible. He brought charisma and excitement to television coverage. He proved that golfers could be celebrities and champions simultaneously. His respect for these 5 players showed he understood that greatness extended beyond his own achievements. The mutual respect between Palmer and these 5 golfers created a lineage of excellence in golf. Snead and Hogan represented the generation before Palmer. Nicklaus and Player were his peers and rivals. Woods represented the next generation. Together they formed a chain of greatness that spanned decades. Each one influenced the next. Each one raised expectations for what was possible in golf. Palmer's willingness to acknowledge their achievements connected those generations. Palmer's legacy isn't diminished by his respect for these players. It's enhanced by it. His ability to recognize greatness in others showed confidence in his own place in golf history. He didn't need to tear down other players to build himself up. He celebrated their achievements because he understood that great rivals and peers make every champion better. Nicklaus pushed Palmer to compete harder. Palmer pushed Nicklaus to achieve more. The same pattern repeated with every player Palmer respected. Snead showed what longevity looked like. Hogan showed what dedication produced. Player showed how fitness could extend a career. Woods showed how dominance could transform a sport. Palmer absorbed those lessons. He incorporated aspects of each approach into his own perspective on excellence. Palmer's respect also revealed his lack of insecurity about his own legacy. Lesser competitors might have resented Nicklaus for surpassing his major championship total. They might have dismissed Woods' claim to dominance. Palmer did neither. He openly celebrated their achievements. He put them above himself in various categories without hesitation. That generosity of spirit made Palmer beloved beyond just his accomplishments as a player. Arnold Palmer understood, and what his respect for these 5 golfers demonstrates, is that greatness in golf isn't a zero-sum game. Nicklaus's 18 majors don't diminish Palmer's 7. Woods' dominance doesn't erase Palmer's impact. Snead's record wins don't invalidate Palmer's victories. Each player contributed something unique to golf's history. Palmer recognized that truth and lived it through his respect for others. Before we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on Palmer's approach to greatness and legacy. If this perspective on golf history resonated with you, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our future deep dives into the sport's most influential figures. The 5 golfers Arnold Palmer respected tell us more about him than just his taste in champions. Reveal his values, understanding of excellence, his appreciation for different paths to greatness, his confidence in his own legacy, his generosity toward rivals and successors. Palmer didn't need everyone to acknowledge him as the best. He was secure enough to acknowledge when others exceeded his achievements in specific areas. That perspective made Palmer not just a great golfer, but a great ambassador for the sport. His respect elevated these 5 players in the eyes of fans, connected different eras of golf. It showed that champions could support each other rather than constantly competing for recognition. Golf is richer because Palmer respected these players publicly. Fans gained deeper appreciation for what made each one special. Future players learned what qualities earned respect from legends. The sport itself benefited from Palmer's willingness to celebrate excellence wherever he found it. In the end, Arnold Palmer's respect for these 5 golfers reflects the best of what sports can teach us. Excellence takes many forms. Rivals can be friends. Success doesn't require diminishing others. Greatness should be celebrated across generations. Palmer understood all of this, and his respect for Nicklaus, Snead, Hogan, Player, and Woods proved it every time he spoke about them. These 5 golfers earned something precious from Arnold Palmer: his genuine respect, his public acknowledgement, his willingness to place them among or above himself in golf's hierarchy. That respect defined them as champions, but it also defined Palmer as someone who understood that true greatness includes lifting others up. Palmer's legacy shines brightest, not just in his own victories, but in his celebration of these 5 remarkable players who earned his respect through their excellence, dedication, and impact on the game he loved.